chocolate chip cookies, the wonderful dessert that is simple to make and yummy to eat. Today I will be demonstrating on how to make the best cookies ever. This recipe is super simple and pretty fun to make. You only need 9 ingredients and about 8 steps. But before we start, we should wash our hands. It's important to wash your hands before baking or cooking anything because of the germs. There's a lot of bacteria and germs on your hands, so washing them will make a big difference. After you're done washing your hands, you need to evaluate which ingredients that you have. And by the looks of it, we have them all out. Now let's begin with our materials. Our materials include an oven, small bowl, a large bowl, a wooden spoon, ungreased baking sheet, measuring cups, and a spoon. Now, let's get our list out and examine what ingredients we will need. For our ingredients, we will need 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 sticks of softened butter, 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, 3/4 cups of brown sugar packed, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 large eggs, and 1 bag of chocolate chips, which is 12 ounces. Now that we know our ingredients, we can begin with the steps to make the recipe. Step number 1, we need to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Now that we preheated our oven, in a small bowl, you will need 2 1/4 cups of flour. You will need 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. And you will put this all in a bowl and mix it together so it's all mixed up. And then in your large bowl, you will put granulated sugar, 3/4 cups, 3/4 cups of brown sugar, and butter. And you want to mix that all up so it's creamy. And then after that, you want to get your eggs and get 2 eggs, and I like to put them each in a cup first. That way, just in case one of them's broken or there's a shell in it, you don't want it in there. So you crack 1 egg in each. So you mix it and then you pour it in, and then you'll get the next one, mix it and pour it in. After that, you'll get your bag of chocolate chips, and one of the most important ingredients that you can't forget is the vanilla. So you have to have your 1 teaspoon of vanilla in there and your mini chocolate chips. Before the chocolate chips, you need to add your flour little by little. So whenever you're mixing it, there's not too much and there's not too less of it. So when you put your flour in, you want to do a little bit at a time until your dough is a dough consistency. And then you want to add in your chocolate chips. So after you add in your chocolate chips, you want to mix it really well. And then you want to roll them into balls. The littler they are, the better. You'll probably get more out of it. So I think it's better that way. And remember, don't eat the cookie dough because you can get very, very sick from it. Alright, 1 more. Alright, now that we have our cookie dough on our sheet, we can put them into the oven for about 9 to 11 minutes. while they're in there for 9 to 11 minutes, I'll tell you why I love baking chocolate chip cookies. They're one of my favorites because I always bake them with my family during the holidays, and they're one of the best cookies to bake. Speaking of that, they're done. Don't forget your oven mitts or you will burn yourself. Alright. Put them on your cooling rack. In conclusion, to summarize what we did today, we made one of the best and my favorite cookies ever. And just following these simple steps, you can make the best cookies ever too. Baking cookies is easy and fun, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe as much as I do. Enjoy!